Alana from the Bureau here with your national weather forecast for tomorrow, Tuesday the 26th of May. Let's take a look across the country where we see a low pressure system sitting over South Australia. Now that low combined with this trough through the interior of Queensland and New South Wales, as well as a trough about the upper levels of the atmosphere, is bringing an area of enhanced shower, rain and thunderstorm activity through southern and eastern Australia over the next few days. Now we do have a separate severe weather update which covers that rainfall in a little bit more detail. Very different tomorrow out west where we have a high pressure ridge continue to bring benign and settled conditions, and we also have dry air moving from the southeast up towards the Northern Territory. So let's take a look now at each state and we'll start in Queensland. Now in Queensland tomorrow morning we are expecting a little bit of fog through inland parts of the east from about Rockhampton and up towards Cairns. Now the main weather story through Queensland tomorrow will be this area of cloud, rain and thunderstorms developing about the southern interior. The southeast will also see some scattered showers, and up towards the central coast, those showers will turn much more isolated as we head further north. Hazardous surf conditions will also persist through the Queensland coast south of the Gurri coast. Brisbane tomorrow will see 24 degrees and may see a few of those showers. Into New South Wales tomorrow where we're seeing the most widespread area of shower and thunderstorm activities across much of the state. Now there are a few areas which could see some heavy falls tomorrow. That will include the central west of the state and also the southern coastal regions. Sydney will see some of that wet weather. We're looking at showers, a possible thunderstorm in the afternoon or evening and a top of 23 degrees. And Canberra as well is also looking at a rather wet and rainy day, a top of 16. Now hazardous surf conditions also persist through the New South Wales coast from the Hunter and all the way north towards the border. Through Victoria tomorrow we'll see some fog and low cloud through Melbourne and the central areas, then a day of patchy shower activity. A few areas where we could see some storms as well through the northwest and north central parts and through East Gippsland as well later in the day where we could see some slightly heavier falls. Despite this though, Melbourne is not going to see much rainfall, maybe a shower or two, just a top of 18 degrees. Into Tasmania, where we are looking at a showery day. But what's different tomorrow is that much of the shower activity will be across the east of Tasmania, and that's because of this easterly flow bringing that moisture in there. Hobart tomorrow will see a wet, showery day, a top of 14 degrees. In South Australia, this low pressure system will continue to bring shower activity across much of the state. However, it will remain dry in the far north. We also have the risk of a few thunderstorms about from the Flinders and extending down towards the Eyre Peninsula. It will be cooler than average across much of South Australia tomorrow, including for Adelaide, which will see 19 degrees and a shower or two. In Western Australia, that's where we're seeing a very different story tomorrow. A high pressure ridge is bringing settled and mostly dry conditions. We'll see some fog and frost through inland parts of the south, and then to the north of this high, we'll see some brisk easterlies coming through the interior towards the Gascoyne and Pilbara there as well. Perth though will see a settled day and 25 degrees. Through the Territory, it will be a frosty start through the southern parts. Alice Springs seeing just 4 degrees tomorrow morning. And those afternoon temperatures through southern parts will also be much cooler than average for this time of year. Now, some of that cool and dry air is trying to make its way far north, however, not quite reaching Darwin tomorrow, which is still seeing very much average conditions, 32 degrees and sunny. That's all for our national weather forecast. As always, if you'd like some more information, please visit us at the Bureau's website, app or social media. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.